Hi guys, it's me, Claudia Vallado, Realtor at Coldwell Banker. Today I want to talk about one other element to consider before deciding to move, and that is this vague element that I've called pleasantness. If you looked at my last video, you might have noted a few tips that I have to determine whether or not space is really the issue that you have. If you completed these tips, if you've decluttered and fully utilized your entire property and rearranged things, and you realize, oh, okay, well, I don't know, maybe space isn't the issue, but I'm still not satisfied, then I'd like you to consider this last one before determining whether to move or not, and that is pleasantness. So I have just finished this course by Ingrid Fettel-Lee. She's an interior designer, and she has really, really great tips on how to really make your house a home. And so part of her philosophy is that your home is your foundation of your well-being, and that our spaces actually influence how we feel. And I mean, some of that seems obvious, and yet it's not something that we practice and we prioritize in our daily lives. So I want to give you a really short Cliff's Notes of what she talks about to make your home more pleasant. After all, our homes should be joyful places that are a refuge that allow us to really thrive, not just survive. If you haven't heard of Ingrid Fettel-Lee, I highly recommend that you watch her TED Talk and that you read her book, Joyful, and most importantly, take her course called The Aesthetics of Joy. It's really helped me determine what changes I need to make in my own home to make it a more wonderful place. So she's got these 5 tenets that she talks about, and I want to briefly go over them with you. So the first one is a really good exercise. So imagine a secret room that is only for you and no one else will ever see, ever, ever. What does the secret room have? Do you have swings? Does it have a lot of outdoor space? Does it have chintz and velvet? Are you walking on clouds? Are they rainbows? Is there magic? You know, get wild and crazy, because that secret room is going to be key to understanding what it is that you really want to feel in a space. So that's number one. Number two brings us to it. Number one brings us to our second point, which is that a lot of people, when they're designing, they focus first on how a room looks. And that's not what we should be prioritizing. Instead, we should focus on how a room feels and how we want a room to feel. And then secondarily, think about how we want it to look to support the feeling. So that's a very different concept that most of us aren't aware of. We get locked up in correctness and correct design as opposed to really just our own intuitive pleasure of a space. Number 3, homes should allow us to thrive. And so a lot of times there are things in a home that we're not conscious of. For example, we may feel really lethargic in a room. We don't know why. Well, maybe it's because of the darkness. Or we may feel kind of agitated in a room and we don't know why. Well, maybe it's because there are too many sharp edges. There are a lot of things that are happening in a space that can influence us unconsciously. And these are just 2 very simple ones. It actually gets a lot weirder on how space influences our unconscious. So consider to dive deep and really, really look at how color and shape is influencing your feeling. Number 4, you don't need to buy new stuff necessarily. Number 4, talks about how our rooms should be places for moments. And so we want to really consider, you know, are we using this space for the moments that matter? You know, if you've got a formal dining room, it might look beautiful, but you never use it. Would that be better utilized as like a dance and yoga space? You know, so change your home to fit your actual needs, not those that you're told that you have. And then finally, the last thing, focus on joy, not perfection. No home is perfect, not the one you live in, not the one that you might want to move into. There's no such thing. So focus on just having a joyful place and let go of perfection. Again, these are the tips from Ingrid Fettel-Lee, and I hope that I've gotten them right. But take a look at her stuff and see how you can apply it to your own home to determine if your home is in desperate need of more pleasantness. I know, it's so weird. More pleasantness, and then let me know what you think. All right, talk to you later. Bye.